Hello there. What is going on, everybody? We've got some new leaks, new spoilery stuff to talk about for X-Wings. Well, some of X-Wings' next wave. At least a portion of it, because it has gone up on the Asmodee site. We're going to be talking about the Razor Crest as well as the Pride of Mandalore. If you guys are new here to the channel, don't forget to leave a comment and subscribe. That's going to enter you to win the giveaways. We're doing 12 days of Life Day all month. We're still giving away that lightsaber as well. So all you have to do to enter to win that stuff is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. It's as simple as that. Also, big shout out to today's sponsor, Luxury Playstyle. They have amazing tokens for X-Wing as well as Legion and Arkham games, L5R, Keyforge. Just go check them out. Go over to luxuryplaystyle.com. Amazing full metal tokens, double-sided. You are going to love how fantastic these tokens are. They make you want to play the game more. They're lovely. You're going to save 15% if you use my code Crabbok VIP. These make amazing stocking stuffers for your friends, for your loved ones. Great holiday gifts, great prize support. Let your stores know about these tokens and they can save 15% as well. If you're looking to maybe have some prize support for X-Wing tournaments, they make a fantastic option. Also, $35 orders or more are going to get a free Crabbok lightsaber nunchuck token thrown in. So that's also a pretty cool bonus. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about what we've seen on the Asmodee site because these are up for pre-order. Now, presumably, these are hopefully going to be coming out maybe next February. I say maybe next February, maybe late February because, well, nothing really comes out when it's supposed to. And that is just kind of the way things tend to work these days. And it's just a new reality that I think we need to get used to. It's probably going to be years before the shipping situation kind of fixes itself or it gets fixed. It's just I feel like it's so backlogged right now. We're looking at a long time of this being the new normal. And that's okay. I mean, I guess there's worse things to think about. But in the meantime, so we'll have to be patient. Now, the Razor Crest here is going to be scum and villainy only. And of course, it does have a cool little write-up here. I'll read you the description. It says, once a military patrol craft used in the time before the Empire, the Razor Crest is now the craft and home of the storied Mandalorian bounty hunter Din Djarin. Now, the Mandalorian uses the Razor Crest to search the galaxy in an attempt to reunite the child with its own kind. Perhaps the most iconic and popular starship in recent memory, the Razor Crest expansion pack also introduces some of the most requested characters seen in The Mandalorian to your games of Star Wars X-Wing. This expansion contains everything you need to add a ST-70 assault ship to your scum and villainy squadrons, including a beautifully painted miniature in the Razor Crest color scheme, a maneuver dial, and tokens. Additionally, 4 ship cards let you choose the pilots who fly this iconic assault ship into battle, and 14 upgrade cards invite you to customize your ship to fit your strategy. So that's pretty interesting. I thought it was interesting that they said painted, because I'm going to show you something here. And also 4 pilot cards, which is good, if you're getting the whole thing. I mean, that's kind of standard. Presumably there'll be at least 1 generic, perhaps 2 generic, but I'm not sure exactly who. I don't think the child is going to be piloting the Razor Crest, but I think, possibly that droid. I don't want to do too many spoilers, but it could be IG-11. I don't know if it'll be like, maybe one of the guild folks or something like that, maybe Cara Dune or, I don't know, but I definitely think the droid from the Jailbreak episode will be in there. I don't recall his name. And so they have another picture of the miniature on a stand, and it's pretty cool. But if you go to the AMG website, I want to show you guys something really cool. It immediately worried me, so I had to go back and read the description where they said painted miniature, because clearly this looks like a mistake. Or is it? So if you, on AMG's website right here, it'll say, there's a little disclaimer. Miniatures are supplied, unassembled, and unpainted. At the bottom corner of the image that has the full, picture of the ship. Now, what my guess is, my presumption is that this is just some default text that they tend to leave here for things like Marvel Crisis Protocol images and things like Star Wars Legion images, where they're going to be showing you something that has been like custom painted and kind of factory paint, or not factory painted, but like studio painted for, for using on the website. And I guess that they just kind of included that into the wrong template. And that's what I think it means. But what if this was a big curveball, right? I mean, and I really don't think it is. But I think it's worth talking about because, I have suspected for a long time that AMG doesn't like the idea of having to change up their model and now do pre-painted miniatures. And so it wouldn't surprise me if at some point they did adopt this philosophy. And I wonder if this is, like the new X-Wing template, so something they're going to be doing for like waves after this one, once they get past all of the stuff in the queue from Fantasy Flight, which is really interesting. So, but clearly you can see the box right here, unless this is just a fake mock-up. But it looks, look, there's light on that box. This looks like a actual production copy, photograph, probably straight from the printer or the manufacturer. They can send, photos over to FFG and like, all right, good, this is good, we'll use this one. So clearly you can tell it's definitely pre-painted. Now, granted, I'm going to say this. It looks like it's white as opposed to chromed out. Like, it doesn't look like a metallic paint. It looks like it's just white or like light gray paint on there. And so I'm thinking to myself, they could have, to me, that doesn't look like the Razor Crest. Right? I think this is one that a lot of people are probably going to want to repaint. Because to me, it doesn't look like it looks like a different ST70. It doesn't look like Din Djarin's Razor Crest to me, but at the same time, sometimes there's a little bit of loss between getting something on screen and getting it to your tabletop, and it's certainly close enough. But I think this is a one that a lot of people are going to probably want to repaint, especially for those who do like to repaint things and like to use like silvery metallic paints, or maybe even lead belcher or something like that would be pretty good on this one. But I just thought this was hilarious, and I'm like, hey, what are you guys doing? And the reason why it's easy for me to laugh this off too is because AMG's had so many typos and little mistakes when they're putting out stuff like this. And this isn't even an AMG specific thing. This is Asmodee. This is on Asmodee's website. So it might not even have been AMG that had anything to do with this. This could have been solely, somebody at somebody at Asmodee just kind of putting up the website and just used the wrong template. Assuming, AMG's miniatures always are unassembled and unpainted, thinking about Marvel Crisis Protocol. So it could be a very, very simple mistake. All right, let's move on to the next one. The Pride of Mandalore. This one is going to be that card pack. This is going to have all of the new pilots and lots of new stuff. And this is cool. That we got to look at some of this new stuff. Really cool, like Fen Rao for the Rebels, and like all kinds of cool stuff is going to be in here. Really, really cool stuff coming in this pack, and it's cool on the box art. We get there the Satine Kryze's luxury liner, the coronet is definitely included in the artwork. So I think that's pretty cool. Although I don't know if that one would really work in X-Wing. It's I had to look it up. It's like 200 meters tall, or a little over 200 meters tall. So like that's capital ship size, which could work for Armada. Or it could work for X-Wing Epic, but because it's a tall version, I'm thinking to myself, is that really, something that they're going to do? Are they really going to do a tall version of, I don't know, but maybe I'd love to see them change things up. I think that could be really fun. Same thing with like Solo. Dryden Voss's luxury yacht was that really tall ship. So like there's definitely, tall ships, and that's a cool thing. I'm all for it. Let's see more of that. So that's really cool. All right, so Pride of Mandalore, we do see 5 different factions, and this is going to factor into a lot of the Mandalorian themes. We're not really getting a lot of Mandalorian stuff in the First Order and the Resistance. They're kind of like, no, you guys just got some new stuff. Now chill. Let's give love to the other 5. And that's, of course, where we see most of the Mandalorian stuff. Scum and Villainy, obviously, is a lot of Mandalorians between the lines. Empire has theirs, the Rebels have theirs, and Separatists have theirs, and the Republic has theirs. It definitely all works. The cool thing is we get a lot of information on the back of this pack, and I'm just going to give you the read-through here for this pack. There are no warriors in the galaxy more storied for their prowess and ruthlessness than the Mandalorians, and their kind have seen battlefields and countless conflicts from the Clone Wars to the Galactic Civil War. Mandalorians have fought alongside nearly every faction in these struggles, whether pursuing their own agendas, such as the fanatical Death Watch, or unifying with causes like the Rebel Alliance. The Pride of Mandalore Reinforcement Pack includes new ship and upgrade cards for Star Wars X-Wing, allowing players to pilot their existing ships with new characters seen in The Mandalorian, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and Star Wars Rebels. In addition to new pilots and upgrade cards usable by 5 factions, new tokens and obstacles are also included. Finally, the Reinforcements Pack also contains dials and ship tokens to convert the Fang Fighter over to the Rebel Alliance. Alright, pardon the crazy voices there. Interesting new tokens and new obstacles, so that's going to be interesting. We'll have to kind of wait and see a little bit more about new obstacles. I'm guessing, because there are some condition cards in here. There's 2 condition cards talked about here, so I think that's probably what some of the new tokens are. There's definitely 3 debris clouds and 3 asteroids. So I guess maybe they're new shaped debris clouds and like differently shaped asteroids, or if there's going to be something else. I think they're probably just debris clouds and asteroids with slightly different shapes, and maybe there are going to be perhaps some cards in here that want to use asteroids and debris clouds. So maybe some things that kind of benefit from those specifically, and that's why they're here. Otherwise, why not just have like a little bit more of a wider variety, I guess we'll see. I mean, because there's so many different obstacles now too. With the gas clouds and all that other stuff. So, but yeah. So I think plus you got so many new ones in like the obstacle pack, and then the new second edition core set. There's just so many different types of tokens. Why put tokens in here or obstacle tokens in here? Unless they're just shaped differently, and if you want to run like 6 asteroids and you want them all, swirly and quiggly, and I'm making up words now. Quiggly isn't even a word. But we do have a couple of spoilers up on the top here, which are kind of hard to read, so I've taken the liberty of zooming in. So this is kind of cool. So we've got Satine, we've got Almec, Prime Minister Almec, we've got Bo-Katan, and we have Gar Saxon. And I'm guessing if this is any indication of, with some of the direction that they're going with, like the Gauntlet, for example, I bet you we'll probably have multiple versions of certain characters like Bo-Katan. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her in like all over the place, like maybe Death Watch, and then eventually Rebels, and all over. So we Satine has 2 charge, and we can't see all of her text, but we can get a pretty good idea of what she's doing. So at the start of the engagement phase, you may spend 2 charge if you do each friendly ship. And so this is kind of like a Leia thing, like everybody can choose to gain a deplete token and a focus token, or some other kind of token. So I'm guessing like maybe a strain and an evade, or maybe a target lock, or something like that. So I think that's cool. So you can be kind of defensive or offensive maybe, but at a penalty. I'm not sure. But you're only gonna be able to use that every other round. So I think that's pretty cool. Prime Minister Almec. He's a double-sided. We only can see this side of him here. You're going to equip his side face up. Of course, he's like, oh, I'm the nice guy right now. After a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 reveals a white maneuver. If it has no green tokens, it may gain a stress token to gain a calculate token. During the end phase, if you have 2 or more stress tokens, flip this card. So, if he gets stressed out, he's going to like kind of bail or something like that, or kind of turn over everybody else. I think it's something along those lines. Bo-Katan is, we can't read all of her, but basically she seems like she's just giving you a reroll if you're close. After you perform an attack, or while you perform an attack, we don't know. It's just perform an attack if you are blank to 1, so 0 to 1 of the defender, you may reroll 1 attack die. So that's what it looks like. which is awesome. It just fits into a lot of what the Mandalorians have going on. So I'm liking that. It's funny because like all the Fang Fighter stuff, and like there's a lot of crew here. And last time I checked, the Fang Fighter can't take crew. So I mean, again, this is not only for the Fang Fighter. It's just stuff for everything. So like it's kind of cool. So Gar Saxon. He's basically dealing with doing the target lock action. When you perform the target lock action, you can something an object in your forward or rear arc. So I'm guessing maybe an extra lock on an object. If you perform a primary attack, the defender's in your front or rear, something orange tokens. So maybe he's doing a jam after doing a target lock. It's hard to read, to get the full picture when everything is so blurred out, and like this part of like the end of another word I can't quite make it out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think Gar Saxon's actually doing there. Another kind of interesting thing about the listing that's up for pre-order right now on the Asmodee website for Pride of Mandalore and the Razor Crest, they're both showing up that they're in stock and available for pre-order. But if you notice the numbers, right, and Razor Crest is SWZ 90, and the Forces of Mandalore, it's Pride of Mandalore. That's another typo. I didn't even realize that until just now. That one's SWZ 93. And so there's definitely other things. Now, we already know about the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is SWZ 91. A quick Google search kind of showed that to me through somebody else's retailer webpage. So the Gauntlet's 91. So I wonder what 92 is, and how far else they're going to go, because from my understanding, this is all part of Michael Gurness's wave for Star Wars X-Wing. And I know they usually don't do waves of X-Wing as just 2 ships in 1 card pack. Usually a wave is, like at least 4 ships. So I get, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a 92 and maybe even a 94, that are waiting to be announced. Maybe they wanted to spread this last wave from FFG out a little bit farther and give them like 2 years worth of content, by dropping, stuff like every 6 months apart from each other. That wouldn't surprise me, but either way, they don't look like they're going to be super expensive. Although some people might have a problem with $25 for just cards, but you're getting a lot of new content in there, and I think that's a really cool thing. I think it's absolutely going to be worth it. You should definitely pick those up, especially if you've already got Fang Fighters and you play multiple factions. You're going to be doing great. Really, really good value for people who are playing all 5 of those factions, because you're getting something for everything. Now, if you're only a Scum player, you might not get as much, and I think that's going to be one of those things. But then maybe split it up with a friend. Like, hey, there's 5 of us here. We each play one of these factions. Boom, everybody chip in $5. You get your own cards. Problem is, there might be some cards that are not faction restricted. So just get the $25 pack. All right, so we are doing the 12 days of Life Day all throughout this month, and it's my way of thanking you guys and wish you guys holiday happiness and all of that good stuff. Today's giveaway is going to be an Armada promo, but it's an X-Wing squadron. This was one of the earlier promos for Star Wars Armada, and it's for, of course, the Rebels. If you would like to win any of these giveaways, you just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment, and that's kind of how I choose. We already have today's winner, so today's winner is going to be Lee Shelton. Congratulations, Lee. All you have to do is shoot me an email over at mailcrabbok@gmail.com and claim this. Any of the prizes from the 12 Days of Life Day that don't get claimed, and again, I'm going to give you guys 30 days, will roll over into Patreon, and there'll be bonus giveaways for Patreon. We already do some giveaways for Patreon, so these will be just extra. Patrons basically get extra shots at all the loot. And that's, of course, something else I just do to thank my patrons for being awesome. So if you guys are interested in joining our Discord, we got links for that down. Patreon, also, links are down that way. Merch and all kinds of other stuff. Social media links, all of that is down in the video description below. I'd love to hear more from you guys. Let me know what you guys think. And don't forget to get those orders with Luxury Playstyle in. I'll talk to you guys soon. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Big thanks to my patrons. And always remember that, when you're in a slap fight, just be prepared. If they put baby powder on, it's going to hurt.